and 8th special presentation.
This time on Art Beat Nation, a dancer motivated by her passion for music and rhythm.
I love music a lot. I love feeling it, feeling the music inside my body.
One artist who takes performance to a whole other level.
It's about performing and, engaging people in the performance.
A group of singers that bring opera to the masses.
Opera isn't something to be scared of. It's something that everyone can love and have fun with, and not everyone dies.
And a Grammy-nominated drummer shares his story.
I was the world's greatest air drummer for the first 19 years of my life until I finally decided to actually start to play drums.
It's all ahead on this edition of Art Beat Nation. Funding for Art Beat Nation is made possible by contributions to 8 from viewers like you. Thank you. First up, a look at the world of modern dance through the eyes of award-winning dancer and choreographer Jennifer Nugent. Currently dancing with the Bill T. Jones Arnie Zane Dance Company, she is a consummate artist. Her movements are focused and precise, and at the same time convey a great sense of freedom.
I think I really wanted to be a ballerina. I had a book, The Life of a Ballerina, and I loved the leg warmers that went up to the thigh, and I loved the holes in the tights and how the more you wore the shoes, the more ripped they would get. I grew up in South Florida, Hollywood, Florida, and about the age of 7, my mom enrolled me in a ballet class, ballet tap. It was a half-hour ballet and a half-hour tap. And I remember my teacher keeping me after class yelling at me because I could not keep rhythm to save my life. And I did ballet, tap, then acrobatics, jazz, belly dancing, chorus work. I think for me, I loved the music and I loved learning the dances, and it just touched me. Contact improvisation is the sharing of weight between two people. It's a shared experience. It could be light touch, a brush, or it could be a heavy weight. It's a duet. It's like a tango or a ballroom, a conversation between two bodies. So you just are constantly negotiating, constantly giving a little more, until you get to know each other and you trust each other, and then you can give yourself to your partner.
I first saw Jennifer at the American Dance Festival, and I was way back in the audience, and I was a beginning dancer, and right away, the way that she moved pulled me in. I just remember, I kept saying to myself, who is that creature? She's so grounded, it's like she's nailed into the floor, and she's fierce and powerful, yet there's like a quivering, fragile quality, humble quality at times. So she embodies opposites. So I saw her first performing, and then I was in a Danny Lepkoff contact improvisation class, and I was paired up with her. It started picking up the speed, and then we'd down into the floor, and then lifting each other, but keeping our sacrums connected. And so I don't even know if she remembers that dance, but that was a really huge moment for me. It was like that dance that I've always dreamed of having. And then we became close by dancing together in David Dorfman's company.
When we started dancing together, it was like, oh, I know you. Oh, I know you. And we just had a chemistry with each other. He likes to say, we both like to say, I come from the inside out, and he goes from the outside in. But we both get to the same place.
No, sorry. That was me. Imagining myself. Imagining you, but you would be more like...
We come about it very differently, but we are very similar. We're almost twins when it comes to the dancing, and I think we also have such high respect for each other's abilities and ideas, and we have a lot of the same ideas. When Paul was phasing out of David's company, we had already begun working together and making our own work, and knew that that's something we wanted to do. We wanted to do partnering like we had never done before. We wanted to be detailed, we wanted it to be hard, challenging, intricate, something new. And we started by going in the studio and making a list of body parts and connecting them. I think it was a life story. Farewell, what I love about that title, it could be farewell, like fare good, be happy, or it could mean goodbye. And I think we struggled with it being a personal piece or more of an abstract relationship. But what it was two people grappling to decide whether to stay or go. Where did we want to go? Did we want to go together? What did we want from dance? Could it work together or not?
With that, thank you. Going into transition, now we're going into doctor's office. Paul and Jen are very unique performers. And I remember first time seeing them, there was this strange and rare moment where the body and the space mash together. And they also have this amazing connection between the two of them. They somehow understand, on a cellular level, each other. I loved them right from the first moment, and I may have been scheming to get them into the company ever since.
Blauvelt Mountain was choreographed by Bill T. Jones and Arnie Zane during their duet process. It was part of a trilogy of Monkey Run Road, Blauvelt Mountain, and Valley Cottage. To have the opportunity to do the work was a gift, a true gift. It had the formality, which Paul and I both treasure, and it just had so many rich, inspiring details of rhythm. Their idea was it was cinematic, so that as it developed, it was like taking stills, and one still would lead to the next still, so that as the piece got faster and as the piece got harder, it would be like a film and you could just see it all unfold in front of you. Stop! It was about a relationship. It had a relationship to it. Bill being 6 foot something, very tall, and Arnie being 5'6", maybe 5. For this piece in particular, Arnie decided that he wanted to lift Bill, and that was going to be it was his desire. It's what his challenge was, that he wasn't going to be lifted. He was going to lift Bill throughout the whole piece. When it came time for Paul and I to do it, you know, times have changed. There was the whole revolution of women lifting men, you know, women being as strong as men. So it wasn't something I had never done before. But I think as an audience, people were always kind of surprised, like, wow, you really tossed him around. It wasn't that hard.
As I was eager to please God and my mother, I did this for a number of weeks, always opening to the same.
The piece Storytime, as you might know, is based on John Cage's Indeterminacy, where Bill tells 70 stories, 1-minute long stories for 70 minutes, and we have 1-minute long dance sequences. When we first started the process, we made up 60 shapes.
The mother should call its name constantly.
Jennifer in particular, she can make those very abstract shapes suddenly take on meaning.
I started thinking about rhythm I guess it's always been in my body, rhythm from tap dancing. I love music a lot. I love feeling the music inside my body. When I'm dancing with other dancers, I'm definitely focused on them. I like to look around the space. I like to be with them. I like to know that we're in this piece together. As I started getting more into my teaching and understanding the support of the ground, understanding the support of my limbs and the weight inside my body, I realized that it has a rhythm. You have your own inherent rhythm. Mine is a waltz. Mine's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So even though you're dancing, you're also playing music. You also have a say in how your body is responding musically, or even to silence. So that as you're speaking with your body, you're saying a poem, you're talking, you have a cadence. It's not just a monotone, now I'm moving my body here or there. It's poetry. And I feel like the personal musical dialogue is poetry.
Next, artist David Garibaldi transforms an empty canvas into a work of art with not only skill and precision, but with movement and energy as well. Rob Stewart met up with Garibaldi as he demonstrated his unique style of performance painting.
The signature handprint right there,
Yes.
seen all across the world.
Yes, and the signature sweat too after.
Good to see you, David.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Einstein.
Yes, yes.
And you are an Einstein in your own right. Boy, this is an amazing talent.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Where in the world did you come up with this wonderful performance painting?
Well, you know, my whole life I've always been an artist. I've always been into music and dance, and it wasn't until I saw the work of Denny Dent, the father of this performance painting, you know, I was inspired and I wanted to take on this art form.
Well, I'll tell you, this is an amazing creation, and you are really getting international buzz.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
You know, it's surreal because I'm still this kid from Sacramento. My studio is still in Sacramento, and I'm still a dreamer. So there's things that I still see that I haven't done yet, and I just want to keep working hard.
This is a body workout. You're drenched. Not with just paint, but with sweat.
It is, yes, yes.
And so I think you told me you lost quite a bit of weight doing this too.
I did. When I started, I was about 250 pounds, and now I'm about 185-ish. And you know, and a lot of it has to do with, you know, eating better, but really wanting to get, if I really wanted to take this serious, I also had to get healthier for it as well. So. You
also did a nationwide tour with Blue Man Group. You were
Correct.
the opening act with this performance painting.
Correct. Yeah, I was the opening act for their arena tour, and it was an incredible experience, and they are a fun group to travel with.
What are you thinking about? What is going through David Garibaldi's head while you're doing this?
Well, you know, some people mistake this for speed painting. So some people may think that I'm just trying to get it done quickly, but really, I'm just sort of dancing, you know, with my heart to the music and with paint in my hands. It's like a freestyle to the music. So I'm sort of not really thinking. I'm just going with the flow of the music.
It is honestly shocking that you do this with just such blind vision.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of it has to do with preparation too. You know, preparing for a moment with anything. You know, whether you go to school to study for the moment. You know, if you're going to be a doctor, you want to be able to make sure you're ready for the moment to perform surgery, or even just give a shot on someone. For me, it's about performing and you know, engaging people in the performance. So it's just a matter of preparing and taking it serious.
How does this inspire you?
You know, what inspires me is seeing how it benefits and inspires others. Because, you know, how much money we've been able to raise for charities, nonprofit organizations.
Because you donate your works for?
Correct, yeah, for, you know, everything from Special Olympics to Easter Seals and California Police Youth Charities, you know, and the list goes on. But also even, you know, going to high schools, universities, and using it as a platform to speak and tell my story as well. So seeing them inspired keeps me going and knowing there's so many other people that need to be touched through this.
Well, you know, part of your story is that you started doing this when you didn't have a job.
I was painting very fast, but as fast as I was learning how to paint, I was going broke at light speed. I had to start selling these paintings fast.
I started doing this when I didn't have a job. I was going to lose my apartment, and my car literally got repossessed. And I thought, you know, this creativity that lives inside of me, you know, that's not going to fire me. You know, the creativity's there, it's free.
So I went to places where people were into art and music. Started painting live at jazz clubs, at nightclubs. I'd walk up, convince the bouncer to let me in. I'd set up, and I would create these paintings, and I would sell them each night, but it had to be bigger.
So I literally started putting it to work, and that's when everything changed.
Beautifully said. And now your wife is your manager. Your
Yes.
brother is here working with you as well.
It's become a family business. So.
Now, what is it that you want people to know about you? Because you told me that one of your goals is to inspire. So what is it you want people to know about your inspiration?
You know what I do, I'm a performance painter, but like I said, I see this as a platform, and to know that not only do I want people to be entertained, but also to benefit and be inspired by what I do. So whether my story can reach you, or whether, you know, we can raise funds for charities and nonprofit organizations, that's really the ultimate goal out of all of this.
Well, and that is the best thing when you use art for a higher power. We have definitely been inspired and entertained by you today, David.
Thank you very much.
I'll let you get back to your brushes and your amazing
Thank
work,
you.
but you like to do the best.
I will. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you know that opera started in parlors and small music halls before moving to the big stages? This next group, known as Intimate Opera, wants to make opera more accessible by performing in small venues.
Intimate opera is an effort to get opera out of its box, to get it out of what everyone thinks of opera.
I have to take out my fur, or I have to take out my suit or my tux, and I have to go to the opera, and it's always in a foreign language, and I don't understand any of it.
Okay, I admit it. I too have fallen prey to the various misconceptions about opera, the first of which is that it was never intended to be seen up close and personal. Not so, says the group who calls itself Intimate Opera.
Opera originated basically in someone's living room. It involved composers who were trying to come up with something different and new, and they would get together and talk about music theory and art and drama, and they would talk about these things and decided, well, we're going to create it.
With scores about love and remorse, comedy and tragedy, opera soon outgrew its origins, and it stands to reason that no art form could be handed down for centuries without something fundamentally grand providing the underpinnings. Of course, it's the music.
When I sing opera, I'm getting to the heart of who I really am. The voice that I was given, the gift that I have, is the voice that I sing with.
If we can take someone away from the normal daily grind and put them somewhere else for just a little bit of time, then I think that we've done our job.
Funny thing is, neither Larry nor Amy had any intention of starting a company just one short year ago. But since then, Intimate Opera has been playing to enthusiastic crowds who found the bite-sized bits of magnum opus quite to their liking.
If your goal is to try to get someone to love reading, you're not going to throw War and Peace at them. You're going to start them off easily. We're just offering them a sampling of something that they might like, and if they like it, then they'll come back for something different.
Opera isn't something to be scared of. It's something that everyone can love and have fun with, and not everyone dies.
Next, Michael Spiro not only marches to the beat of a different drum, he is the different drummer. Combining a love of both folkloric and popular percussion that's made him an internationally recognized performer, recording artist, and educator.
I always loved music, and I think I was the world's greatest air drummer for the first 19 years of my life until I finally decided to actually start to play drums. You're looking at an artist who took his late in adolescence air dreams to heart, and that's led to 7 Grammy nominations and literally hundreds of recordings. More than that, it gave him an international perspective as well. It became pretty clear to me that if I was really going to learn this music, I needed to go where the music was from. So I went to Cuba. So it's not like we think of a music scene, or there's clubs or venues. This is music that people play in their homes and in their families and in their neighborhood. Afro-Cuban music tends to be divided into 2 very large categories, one of which we call folkloric music, which from a musical standpoint means percussion and singing. That's it. Versus popular music, which actually is what today we call salsa. I teach Afro-Cuban folkloric music, but I also direct the Latin Jazz Ensemble. So you have both the sound and to me, they're just different branches of the same tree. The more you study one, the better you get at the other. The one thing that I think is missing is that really when you talk about Latin music, you're talking about Cuba. Nobody knows that. And I think that's a shame.
To learn more, check out Michael's website at michaelspiro.com. For more arts and culture, visit azpbs.org/artbeat, where you'll find featured videos and information on the Arizona art scene. Funding for Artbeat Nation was made possible by contributions to aid from viewers like you. Thank you.